What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here, Bouey in the building. And there was no way I wasn't going to put out a video today, considering that NRS just announced some buffs for Sub-Zero in the Ghostface Kombat Kast today. So, as I told people during my buffs that Sub-Zero needs videos in the comments, NRS has buffed Sub-Zero. It just hasn't addressed his core issues in these buffs. And I got several comments saying, "Oh, the NRS never buffed Sub-Zero. They just left him. They left him be trash and all this stuff, or let him continue to be trash." NRS has buffed Sub-Zero several times already, and now they're buffing him again because I had people saying that they would never buff Sub-Zero and all this kind of stuff. No, you were dead wrong. And so people wanted to know what I would think about these buffs. Well, first and foremost, I think it would behoove us all to know exactly what those buffs are and to see them in action. So here we have the Kombat Kast. Let's hear what they got to say.
Finally, another character that we hear a lot about, both the community with Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's triple clone now allows him to perform multiple freezes in one combo. Sub-Zero's slide also now switches sides always, which allows for cameo follow-ups or to pop them up into clones. You can also perform the old sphere follow-ups by holding 3 as you do the slide. Lot of words there.
Basically, big combo opportunity.
Yes. And let's take a look at those.
So, in case you didn't hear what Tyler had to say, Sub-Zero's triple clone now has use. So the triple clone will no longer pop people into the third clone. It now acts as 3 separate ice clones that people can get frozen by all 3 of them in the same combo now. That's a very interesting change. Very interesting change. Okay. And then, and I think the other buff, which is far more impactful even than the first one, is the slide. Now Sub-Zero's regular slide side switches. And it pops up to allow for cameo follow-ups. They said that. And to allow you, Sub-Zero, to pop people into clones. Okay, so let's see this in action. So you got 2-1. I have it slowed down into 1-2. Now let me actually break this down as I'm talking about it. I forgot I had it at slow speed. So Sub-Zero is going to do 2-1 into Deadly Vapors, into 1-2 EX clone. Notice he has the triple clone. Now, to be clear, Sub-Zero has 2 triple clones. He has the meter burn clone, which costs 1 bar, and then he has the EX clone, EX triple clone, which costs 2 bars. They didn't say what they would be doing about that, and I can't really tell which of the clones he used. Presumably, he used the meter burned 1 bar clone. But I want you to notice that Johnny Cage is currently frozen with the first clone while the other 2 are out. That alone would not happen. If he would have done this, if he does this in the current meta, Johnny Cage would have been popped into the third clone out of the combo and out of the corner. So I want you to notice now, Sub-Zero did regular slide. Notice there's no flash. Popped him into the corner, or popped him into the clone, into the third clone, and put him back in the corner. Now, I'm sure you all are wondering, what the hell have I got to say about this? Do I think those changes are a big deal? Are they not a big deal? Well, let me describe that more as I take you to my favorite place, the lab. So as always, here I am in the lab again. And so here I have Sub-Zero and Sub-Zero. So in this current iteration of Mortal Kombat 1, Sub-Zero has regular clone, as we all know. But he also has meter burn clone. And he also has 2-bar EX clone. Now, in the current meta, these two moves are virtually useless. Virtually useless. The only time I even do this move is on accident, to be honest and truthful. There are very niche situations where I actually want to be at full screen, and this move will help me get there. But there are characters that can just punish me for doing it, so I don't even use it. Plus, it's expensive. And also, currently, the way it functions is just not very good. So let me show you what really happens. Hold on. So currently, that's what happens. And look at that. Like, this move could cost 2 bars. And I can get 19% from it. Because if I try to do my launcher from it, I get nothing. You see what I'm saying? So currently that move is just really, really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? So, never mind. So now the idea of this triple clone actually being able to freeze the opponent twice, thrice, possibly, that's actually very intriguing. That alone is going to be a paradigm shift for this move. Because now it's something that players have to be cognizant of. You know what I'm saying? Especially when used in the corner. Because now you'll have situations where... Let me see. Let me put... So you'll have situations where Sub-Zero... And the opponent might try to get out of that. And... they're not going to have the means to get out. Because the regular clone in front of their face is already bad enough. But now you're talking about this one. And all 3 of those clones can freeze you individually. Or even back to back. So that could be useful in very niche situations. But... And honestly... there's a good chance that this is actually much more beneficial than we even realize. Because what I'm hoping is that NRS just turn this clone into this one. I'm hoping that the 2 moves got consolidated in the process. Because if you're going to spend bar, we should be getting the full blast clone. Like, there's no reason for this first... you see how the first clone goes away real quick? There's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? These 2 moves, this move and that move, need to just be one move with one input. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. But the much more impactful buff is the buff to the slide. So now, Sub-Zero used to get this side switch effect with meter only. Right? He's going to get that effect anywhere on screen now. So now shit like this will be possible. He's getting 23% from anywhere on the screen from doing this. And he didn't lose the ability to do this either. So now Sub-Zero has the ability to choose between this effect or this effect meterlessly. And he can get that effect. What was my little combo I used to do? Nah, that wasn't it. %, and I'm sure I can optimize that and get more. So you're talking about a character that can hit you for 25% damage anywhere on the screen. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Okay? That's nothing short of a big deal. Now, does this mean that he'll now be accelerated to top tier? I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. But now, this is possible. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if that's possible. Let's see. Let's actually see. I don't know. They're going to have to fix this. Because what I'm hoping is, if you're telling people that people are going to be able to slide into clone, like, this is 43. 43 plus 14 is 57. And this lasts for 70 frames. I'm hoping that this means that there's a buff to Sub-Zero's clone's recovery. I'm hoping that this is what that means. Because the idea is to slide people into clone. Use this clone, or use that slide to pop people into this. And as you can see, right now it's very tough to get this. What the hell? You see how difficult that is? Like, there's so much recovery. Trying to slide somebody into regular clone is damn near impossible because there's so much recovery into it. So now what I'm hoping is that NRS shaved the recovery off of this clone so that we can do clone into slide and freeze people. Because Tyler Lansdowne literally said it on camera. Now, I don't know what context he means that in. It's entirely possible that he means this only in the context of the corner stuff. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But it's entirely possible that doing the Injustice old put out a clone and then slide somebody into it is possible. I'm just theory crafting at this point. But anyway, the main point is now Sub-Zero is going to be able to get slide combos. That wouldn't have been possible before. You see? Now, I spent a bar because I have to spend a bar to get this slide effect, but that's a cool 30% off of his mid. You know what I'm saying? So this will be a slick little way for Sub-Zero to get some corner damage, or get some damage from his footsie tools. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm still holding out for a faster ice ball because he needs that. I do think he needs that still. I'm still holding out for gapless strings. But having the means to use the slide to get a combo anywhere on screen, that's not a small deal. And anyone that pretends as though it is doesn't have big picture thinking. They just don't have it. Okay? This even helps his corner game even more. Because as y'all know, I love my universal clone setup. I love this. Right? because this puts a clone right in the opponent's face. But now what this means is that Sub-Zero has a new layer to that mind game. Now what Sub can do is now he can EX slide people. Not EX. He can switch slide people directly into that EX clone and get a freeze. Oh my god. I gotta get used to that shit. So after that, he can do stuff like that and get more damage, except you're not gonna have to spend meter for this slide, you know? And so the mind game can be universal clone setup, walk up, throw, or walk up, slide. What the hell? Wow, that was tweaked. What the fuck was that? That was weird. No way. That's interesting. I didn't anticipate that at all. Let me try that again. Okay. And so people are going to have to watch out for that, because you could just be stupid and just go for their slide. You know what I'm saying? You could walk up, throw. You could do walk up into slide. You know what I'm saying? Also, this helps his up close game as well, because let me go back to. So we know Sub-Zero has two strings that end in overhead. And so, you know I use 2-1 all the time. So I switch between 2, 2-1, and then 2-1-2. These two end in an overhead. But now, this becomes more potent using the slide. Because now you can do that on block. And if the opponent is wrong, they get hit with a combo. You know what I'm saying? So they're either going to get splat or they're going to get hit with this combo. Now, truth be told, this is not a real mix-up, because that's 21 frames and this is 14. So you can just always fuzzy this. And they can also armor as well. So the opponent can fuzzy and armor out of that situation. But this will incentivize them to try to armor out all the time. So anytime they see you do this, they might try to armor out. And so as a sub player, you might just bait armor and get people to kill themselves if they see that you're willing to let this rock every now and again. You see what I'm saying? Or you stagger into throw, or stagger into that kind. Well, I don't know if that even works on block. I don't think it does. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So if the opponent is low blocking, they might get hit with some shit like this. Let me see. Stance, hold. You see what I'm saying? So you might be able to get away with little dumb shit like that. You see? But point of the matter is, the side switching is actually a pretty big deal for Sub-Zero. It will help him out quite a bit. It's going to make the team of Sub-Zero Sonya much stronger. That much I can tell you. And now Sub-Janet's going to be even more viable now. So we're going to see people using Sub-Janet. We might see people using Sub-Movado, Sub-Scorpion now much more. Because Slide now being a launcher for free, a free launcher. And let me remind you, this hits from full screen. I am as far away as I can be. That's a combo from anywhere on screen. And so now, with Sub being able to combo people anywhere on the screen, he's going to become much more risky to throw things out against. So if you're a character fighting a character with a high projectile, or one with a lot of recovery on whiff or block, Sub-Zero is going to be that much more scary now. You know what I'm saying? So like in the Scorpion matchup where Scorpion will throw a spear and you punish with a slide, instead of you getting 90 damage, now you're getting 250. You see what I'm saying? And Scorpion's not going to want to keep eating 25% off of every spear. He's not going to want that. So, yeah. I think these changes are actually a really big deal for Sub-Zero. I anticipate that they will at least move the needle for him positively. That's for sure. They're definitely going to help him. It's not going to be a nothing burger like some and I'm not going to say that the previous buffs were nothing burgers, but the buff to this and the clone proximity, they were good buffs. But I'm not going to say that they tremendously raised his profile. But this slide thing definitely will. Definitely will. Especially if it does indeed come with changes to the Ice Clone itself. The recovery, most specifically. Because it's all but impossible to do a regular clone and freeze somebody into it currently. Like, it's all but impossible. Because you're still in recovery for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And so, just based on what Tyler Lansdowne said, hopefully we're going to be able to do a regular clone and then do a slide and pop somebody into it. And so if I take that at face value based on what he said, this could mean that his clone is better too. And that's better for Sub-Zero. So I'm quite excited. I'm very hopeful for the future of Sub-Zero. Yes, indeed I am. Hopefully this video will be proven to be prescient and correct. But if not, I'll let you know that as well. All right? But with that being said, I'll catch y'all later. One.